Good day, everyone. So we are now on the topic short-term budgeting. So allow me to share my screen. Okay, so before we proceed to the problem solving, let me just add a little bit of background of short-term budgeting. So companies consider budgeting as one of the most important functions of the management. Okay, so budgeting, it's the process of stating in quantitative terms. Okay, so it involves monetary figures of the company's operations, usually in units and pesos, and planning their organizational activities for a period of time. So in budgeting, we are using a budget that is a detailed plan expressed in quantitative terms that specify how resources will be acquired and used during a specified period of time. Therefore, budgets are used for two distinct purposes. First is planning and control. So, 'di ba? When you are using kasi when you are doing budgeting, you need to plan ahead. So this involves developing of goals and preparing various budgets to achieve those goals. And we have also control. So this involves gathering feedback to ensure that the plan is being properly executed or modified as circumstances change. To be effective, a good budgeting system must provide both planning and control. So if you have good planning, okay, without effective control, it is a waste and of time and effort. Okay? So in short term, but we have different types of budgets actually. So it could be annual budget, which is prepared for a 1 year or a fiscal year. It could be also continuous or rolling budget, the one that is revised on a regular or continuous basis. So typically, its budgeted is extended for another month or quarter in accordance with the new data as current month or quarter ends. Meaning, if ever natapos na itong isang month, gagawa na naman sila ng isang panibagong budget for this particular month as a replacement. So that's continuous or rolling budget. We have also fixed or static, which is that budget is based only one level of activity of production. Okay, the opposite of that is flexible or variable budget where it has many levels of activity, meaning marami siyang volume of production options. We have also master budget. Master budget represent all the overall plan, okay, of the organization. Okay, master budget will be categorized into different segments, specifically departments. We have operating budget. So it's a detailed schedule for each item in the operations of the business. We have also financial budget, okay, for the balance sheets, and sales budget for the estimation of the sales volume that influences nearly all other items appearing throughout the master budget. We have also production budget. So under the production budget, actually this will be our uh, solution later or solving. Okay, it composes of your direct materials budget, labor, and manufacturing overhead. And it also has ending inventory budget. Now, okay, we are now going to apply, okay, or make a budget out from this given problem. Okay, ABC Corporation manufactures and sells two products, Alpha and Omega. In July, okay, we need to take note of the date. So ABC's budget department gathered the following information in order to project sales and budget requirements for the next year. So we have here projected sales of your product Alpha and Omega. So the units here is 60,000 and 40,000 projected sales. So that is just an estimation class. The price here is 70 and 100 for Alpha and Omega respectively. So in the next year's inventory in units, we have expected beginning inventory which is 20,000 units and 8,000 for Omega. And the desired ending inventory is 25,000 for Alpha and 9,000 for Omega. Okay, so let us now first discuss or make the sales budget. So ito po yung magiging uh, outcome if we are going to make a sales budget. Okay, highlight ko muna. So, in making your sales budget, you need your products here. Ayan. See the units, the price, and total. So, Alpha and Omega are the two products here. So, the units projected units of sales is 60,000, 40,000. Multiply lang natin to the price of the projected sales. Therefore, for us to generate the total 60,000 times 70 unit price. So that's 4,200 for alpha and 4 million rather, and 4,200,000 for alpha and omega. So if you're going to total that, it will result to 8,200,000. So that's how easy sales budget is. Now let us move on to the production budget. So this is now the illustration of your production budget, alpha and omega. So how did we arrive with these figures? So for you to get your production budget or to make your production budget, you need your production sales. Your production sales will be based on your units. Okay? Ayan, kukunin kasi natin dito yung required production units para isasalang natin sa operation. So your projected sales is 60,000 for omega and 40,000 for alpha and omega. Ito yan, kuha natin yan dito sa ano na yan, na figure. Okay, we have to add the ending inventory. So the ending inventory here is 25 and 9,000 for both products. So nilagay natin si 25 at 9,000. Then add natin yung projected sales and desired inventory. Okay, para makuha natin yung 85,000 for alpha and 49,000 for omega. Now, for the next one is we have to deduct the expected inventory beginning. So, 20,000 for alpha and omega. Saan ba natin nakuha? Yan. Ito sa given, 25 and 9,000. Okay. Expected beginning inventory yan, class. Okay. So, therefore, if you're going to deduct that, we have a production requirement of 65,000 units for alpha and 41,000 units for omega. So that's how you will get or make your production budget. After that, if the sales and production budget are already made, then we could now proceed to the direct materials budget. Okay, so this is how you make your direct materials budget. Okay, highlight natin. So this is your materials A, B, and C. Paano natin nalaman that alpha and omega needs materials A, B, and C? So andito yan on this side. Oh. In order to produce 1 unit of alpha and omega, the following raw materials are used. So sa alpha, okay, it needs 4 units of product A or raw materials A to make a 1 unit of alpha. And it needs 5 unit, okay, or per kilogram, okay, to produce a 1 unit of alpha, so on and so forth. Now, okay, let us first compute for the units to be produced. In alpha class, di ba, the units produced is 65 and for omega is 41. Saan natin ito nakuha? Dito sa production requirements class. Okay, highlight natin yan. So, ayan. Ilan kayang materials kailangan for alpha? Okay, to get the 260,000, okay, you just need to multiply 65,000 units times the number of kilogram or how many kilograms do we need to make, do we need to use materials A for alpha. So it needs 4 kilograms. So 65,000 units times 4 kilograms. So ayan, our materials A is 260,000. For materials B, ilan ba ang kailangan to make up a 1 unit of alpha? Okay, for materials B, 2. Okay, therefore 65,000 times 2. So makikita niyo naman dito on the side kung ano yung figures na nilagay ko or in-encode sa formula bar. Okay, for material C, wala. Okay, for omega naman. For omega, ang needed na materials A for omega is 5. That is why 41,000 times 5 kilograms is equal to 205,000. For materials B, ilan ba ang needed materials B for omega? It's 3. So 3 kilograms times 41,000. Okay, so that's 123,000. For material C, 1 kilogram of material C lang ang needed for omega only. Walang needed material C, alpha. Okay, so that's 41,000 times 1 kilogram. So add din all together to get our production needs. Ayan. So our production needs for every material A, B, and C is 465, 253, and 41,000. Now, okay, so the desired, add natin yung desired level of inventory. So saan ba yan? So hahanapin natin siya sa data. The projected data for 2001B with respect to the materials are as follows. For A, ang desired ending natin is 36 kilos, 32 for B, and 7 kilos naman for C. And the desired beginning inventory for A is 32, 29,000 naman kay B at 6,000 kilos for C. So add muna natin yung ending inventory, 36, 32, para to get the total of 501,000, 285,000, and 48,000. Then the expected inventory beginning, which is nakuha natin dito. So that's 32, 29, and 6,000 kilos. Therefore, ang needed natin na direct materials to be purchased is ito na. 469 for A, 256 for B, and 42,000 for material C. Now, magkano ba ang kada materials natin? So 8 pesos, andito din sa data, 8 pesos for A, 5 for B, and 3 pesos for C. Multiply lang yan doon sa direct materials to be purchased. Therefore, ang purchasing cost natin for materials only is 3,752,000 kay A, 1,280,000 kay B, at 126,000 kay C. So, parang ito yung magiging budget natin, na ito yung bibilhin natin for A, B, and C. So that's the purpose of direct materials budget. Now, for direct labor budget, now, ilan ba ang units to be produced for alpha and omega? So, ganito yan. Okay, this is how we make direct labor. So, balik pa din tayo sa needed materials or sa needed units to be produced. So, nakuha natin yan sa production requirement. Ito, balik tayo dyan. So, lalagay natin 65 and 41 for omega. So, direct labor. So, dito tayo tingin tayo sa data. The projected direct labor requirements for 2001B are as follows. It's for alpha and omega, 2 hours per unit kay alpha, okay, and 3 hours per unit kay omega. And the rate is 3 pesos per hour for alpha, and the rate is 4 pesos per hour for omega. Now, ang kailangan natin, i-identify natin kung ilan ba yung oras na needed ng per unit. So since ang hours per unit ng alpha is 2, therefore is imumultiply natin doon sa units produced. Therefore, para ma-produce ang 65,000 units, it needs 130,000 hours. Okay? For omega, 41,000 units needs 3 hours per unit. Therefore, ang total hours needed natin is 123,000 hours. Now, imumultiply natin siya sa per hour para makuha natin yung labor cost. 3 pesos for alpha and for omega is 4 pesos. Therefore, the total labor cost is 390 and 492 for omega. So there you have it. The making of your sales budget, the production budget, direct materials budget, and direct labor budget. So I hope you understand the topic and see you next meeting for another video tutorial. Bye-bye.